Okay friends, so for today's video, I'm going to be sipping on some tea while we chat about NaNoWriMo and Pistol Daisy Book 2. And my Sipsby box finally came in the mail, so most of the tea is already gone from in here, but I'm going to show you kind of what I got in it and what tea I'll be drinking today. Ta-da! So it came with so many delicious teas. This Blue Lady Black is really good. Spice Girl I have not tried yet. The raspberry Greg has been drinking, and the homemade apple cider is what I'll be having today. Because of all the inflammation, hence this like hot cold sticky pack thing, because of all the inflammation I've been having in my body, I'm not drinking caffeine right now. So today we're gonna have the last little bit of this homemade apple cider, which looks like this. I've almost drank all of it. You can see that there's only like this much left because it is so darn good. So we're gonna make us some homemade apple cider and then get to chatting about NaNoWriMo and all the other good things. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalia Lee and I'm the author of a few novels for young adults, the most recent being the cozy contemporary fantasy Song of the Dryad, which is currently on sale on Kindle for 99 cents. And actually, I believe now it's 99 cents on all ebooks because I changed it on Ingram Spark as well. So if you have been excited to read Song of the Dryad or even just a little bit interested about Song of the Dryad, it's only 99 cents across all ebook platforms. So there's that. Today we are doing another tea time video. It's been a while. This is tea time episode 15. I am going to be chatting about the hell that has been the past 10 days and the last week of NaNoWriMo. I'm going to be talking about how Nano ended up going for me and kind of my thoughts now that it's December 2nd. And also I'm going to be revealing the title of the second book in the Pistol Daisy series. So it is quite an exciting tea time episode today. This is my homemade apple cider out of my Sipsby box. It's so good. So let's clear some things up just here in the beginning. One, I'm wearing a different shirt than I was in my tea making scene because I decided to be a little bit holly jolly and get out of my drab gray t-shirt. And two, you might notice that I have some weird patches on me. I've got these patches on my neck here and I also have one on my wrist. I have had an incredibly difficult past 10 days, which is going to explain this. So let's get started. So 10 days ago, on November 22nd, I started having some wrist pain that got gradually and gradually worse, and then the inflammation just kind of spread through my body. I couldn't even lift a shampoo bottle to wash my hair because it hurt so bad in my wrists. So that definitely, that made my daily NaNoWriMo vlogs come to a crashing halt. So they pretty much stopped because of all that inflammation and pain I was having. Then we had a blizzard that was, it was the most snow that we've received in one storm in 3 years, I think the news was saying. We lived down a long dirt road. We were totally trapped, couldn't even get out to go pet sitting. It was a mess. Then, right as I'm starting to kind of heal from all this inflammation, cutting caffeine and doing all these things to try to make myself feel better, one of my wisdom teeth starts coming in. So this started the 29th. So 4 days ago, this back wisdom tooth started coming in, and I already have two. I have my upper right and my lower left, but my lower right started coming in, and oh my god, the pain of this tooth coming in. Even now, my jaw is very, very sore. I have ear pain. I could barely swallow. It felt like I had strep throat. So today is day 4 of this terrible, excruciating wisdom tooth pain. And I was gonna make a NaNoWriMo vlog on days 29 and 30, but my face was so swollen. When Greg woke up the next morning, he was like, oh my god, what is wrong with your face? Because it was so swollen. So my swelling is going down now. I'm feeling better, right? This is leading up to the hot, cold pack things that are on my neck. So, because my wisdom tooth was coming in and hurt so bad, I couldn't lie flat. I usually lie totally flat when I go to bed. It's just how it's most comfortable for me. But every time I would lie flat, the blood would rush to my head and this got even worse. So I've been sleeping kind of propped up on pillows, like how you would sleep if you had a cold or something and couldn't lie flat. And of course, sleeping propped up on pillows cricked my neck. So I wake up this morning, I'm feeling great, except for the fact that now my neck has a big kink in it right here. So I have two of these like salon paws, I think they're called. They essentially just get really warm, and they have like menthol and stuff in them to try to loosen up your muscles. So I have two on my neck and one on my wrist because I am having a little bit of wrist pain today in my left wrist. So long story short, I have had a hellish past 10 days, and the last week of NaNoWriMo was so difficult, you guys. Like I was struggling so hard, but thankfully, other than the crick in my neck and the lingering pain here in my jaw, I'm starting to feel better, thankfully. With that out of the way, let's discuss how NaNoWriMo ended up going for me. So this year, 2019, ended up being a very interesting NaNoWriMo experience.
Oh, sorry.
What's up, babe? It was unlike any other NaNoWriMo I've participated in before. And I will start off by saying that I did not hit 50,000 this year, but I don't feel sad about it at all. My final word count was 46,060 words. So to write 46,000 words in a month feels phenomenal. That is a lot of work, and I'm very, very proud because those are all new words, okay? I was editing / rewriting the second Pistol Daisy book, and those were fresh words. So the novel itself is over 60K right now, but I was only counting new fresh words I added, not words that I was editing. So Pistol Daisy book 2 is at over 60,000 words as of today, and I ended up writing 46,060 words for NaNoWriMo. And the reason I don't feel sad at all about not hitting 50K is because this was the best NaNoWriMo I have ever had. Other than this wrist pain and all the other shit that went down, I was feeling amazing pretty much throughout this entire Nano. I wrote every single day. Even though I didn't hit 50K, I wrote 30 days in a row, every single day, which was amazing to just get back kind of on a routine and a habit of writing. Chopstick break. But this NaNoWriMo allowed me to fall madly in love with this book. But when I wrote the first draft of the second Pistol Daisy book, I was not enjoying it. I felt like it was kind of lost, even though I had an outline. I wasn't really sure of where the characters were going or what they were doing. And when I finished it, it was that feeling of like, you know, I've put in all this work. It took me months to write this first draft, and it's just, like I just was not happy with it. So then coming up on NaNoWriMo this year, like the end of October, I was actually starting to get pretty nervous because I did not know how this NaNoWriMo was going to go. I still had so much outlining left to do. I still had to figure out so many things about this story, and I was really nervous about it because I didn't think it was going to go that well. But there was one fateful night, and I can't remember what night it was, but I did vlog it. I realized I had like this realization thanks to Greg, because he was kind of helping me work through some of the problems I was having in terms of the plot. There was this realization of like, oh my gosh, I have to take what happens in the first act and move it to the third act. And when I realized that I needed to move this scene at the beginning all the way to the end, everything came together. It's like, thanks to that little switch I had to make, the entire story started coming together. These ads are killing me. And here's the thing. Here's why I am not sad about losing NaNoWriMo, because every NaNoWriMo I've participated in and have won up to this point, I won, which felt really good to write 50,000 words, but I was left with a novel that was an absolute mess. So in 2016, when I participated, I wrote the very first draft of Song of the Dryad. I wrote over 50,000 words. And then I had to cut 49,000 words because it was an absolute atrocious mess and I could not use that for a story. So an entire month of work, 49,000 words cut, and I started fresh in December or January with 1,000 words, okay? And then 2017, I skipped Nano. And then 2018, I wrote the first draft, or I started writing the first draft of Song of the Dryad Book 2, wrote 50,000 words, looked back on it, and I was like, this is not usable. This is not the right story to tell to continue the Song of the Dryad story. So I haven't even looked at that again. 50,000 words, didn't even touch it. And that brings us into 2019. In January of this year, I started Pistol Daisy. And I wrote it in like 2 weeks because I was so in love with it. So now for this NaNoWriMo, I have almost finished the second draft of Pistol Daisy Book 2. I wrote a little bit, I think I wrote like 300 words this morning, and I am essentially into the final scene. I have maybe a couple thousand words left to write. I mean, I am right there. I am so close. But this NaNoWriMo, not only did I write, I knew my Tamagotchi was gonna do that. Hang on, he's hungry. So for this NaNoWriMo, not only did I write 46,000 new words, but I also edited probably about 20,000 at the beginning of the novel that I got to keep. And I also fell in love with the story again, and honestly, this is probably the best book I have ever written. And that's why this NaNoWriMo was the biggest win I have ever had. Usually, NaNoWriMo is all about quantity over quality, but this year, guys, my quality was there. And it feels so good to be able to say that because I don't have to throw any of these words away. The 46,000 words that I wrote in NaNoWriMo are staying in the damn novel. I mean, probably not all of them because of course there will be edits and things will come and go and I'll have to add new scenes and probably take some out. But the bottom line is that this book is really good. And NaNoWriMo allowed me to fall in love with this book, to completely rewrite it, overhaul everything. Probably about 60 to 75% of this book is all new words. Actually 66% because, so probably 60 to 75% of this book is totally new, and NaNoWriMo allowed me to do that. So even though I lost this year, this NaNoWriMo was the biggest win I have ever had. My plan moving forward is to finish the book this month. I am very, very close. I could probably finish it this week. Granted, I do have some client edits this month that'll keep me busy, but I will be finishing this book this month, and then I am going to, what am I gonna do after that? Probably order myself a proof copy. The cover is already done. My cover designer still needs to do the spine because of course we don't know how long the book is, and they'll also need to do the back, but the front cover is done, so I could probably use that on a proof copy. I probably won't though. I'll probably just make my own fun cover so that I can show it to you guys. Ow. My neck, oh my God. Anyway, so in December I'm going to finish this book, and I'm also going to order myself a proof copy and probably start going through and making edit notes. I don't know how long I'm going to step away from it, just because I feel like, honestly, it is good to take a break from your books. I know that, and I know that it helps me, but also I'm so invested right now, and the fact that this is the second book in a series, I need to really keep myself up to date with all of the minor subplots that I am kind of juggling all at once. So as soon as I get the proof copy, I'll probably just start reading it and making my edit notes right away. And then in the new year, I will start working on the third draft. Okay, so now that we chatted about why I'm covered in bandages and like haven't really been around the past few days, now, and we chatted about NaNoWriMo and how it was the biggest win/loss that I have ever had during a NaNoWriMo. Now I get to reveal the title of this book to you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I posted in the community tab and I told people the initials of this book, WC, and it's 2 words and each word has 2 syllables. And I was like, okay, if anybody can guess what the title of this book is, I will give you a free ebook copy of Song of the Dryad. And in the back of my head, I was like, this is gonna be so difficult. Nobody will ever be able to guess it, but lo and behold, somebody guessed it. So a bunch of people guessed, and there were so many amazing guesses. There were even some guesses that I like jotted down because, you know, we still have more books in this series that I haven't decided on titles for, so I was kind of jotting down ideas, but the person who guessed correctly is Anne McTavish. And she had 2 guesses. She had Whiskey City and Whiskey Country. And the correct answer and the title of the second book in the Pistol Daisy series is Whiskey City. We have Pistol Daisy and Whiskey City, and I am so excited to finally be telling you guys this. I am incredibly excited about these books, and I'm excited about the fact that I no longer have to call it Pistol Daisy Book 2 anymore. So Whiskey City, my friends. I'm aiming for both of these books to be out in 2020, but of course, I was hoping for like 3 books to be out in 2019, and we all know how that went, which is not well. So I'll, of course, keep you updated on my journey through finishing Whiskey City. I will definitely be looking for beta readers soon. It kind of depends on if I feel like I need to do a 3rd draft and then give it to beta readers, or if I feel like I can do a really quick cleanup of the 2nd draft and provide that to betas. I'm not sure at this point because I haven't read through the whole story beginning to end. So that will be coming up. I will be looking for betas. And then of course, like once all is said and done, I'll be looking for ARC readers for Pistol Daisy, and it's just so incredibly exciting. So, Anne, you guessed correctly. I cannot believe it. Like, against all odds, you guessed it. Whiskey City is the title. So if you could send me an email at natalia.a.lee@gmail.com. Let me know what email you'd like me to send your Song of the Dryad ebook to. I'll get that to you as soon as possible. So that is it for our Tea Time episode 15. So I have a collab video going live on the 5th, which will be super exciting. It's going to be a big collab with lots of giveaways. So make sure to check that out. You can subscribe and hit the little bell icon if you want to be notified when my videos go live. I think that's the first time I've ever said that, you guys. So that's about it. This NaNoWriMo was the biggest win/loss I've ever had, and the title of book 2 of Pistol Daisy series is Whiskey City. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to everybody who watched all those crazy NaNoWriMo vlogs during the month of November. Everybody who kind of sent me tips and tricks for like wrist pain and inflammation. Other than my neck crick and my wisdom tooth pain, I'm starting to feel way better. So I'm back on track. I'm ready to start like working and being in my office again because I've pretty much been just lying in bed for days on end. So happy December. I hope November and NaNoWriMo went well for all of you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!